my December bag in. I got it in like 2 days ago. Right now it's the day before Christmas Eve. And I'm all alone. The little one has gone on a trip with my mother. So now I'm stuck here at the house by myself. So this bag is a lot better than the last one. Everything is still in its wrapper. So we're gonna get to see some really cute. This I'm excited for. This is a Shauna B palette, Miami Nights. This one looks beautiful. Throw the packaging away. Oh. When we got to pick out what we wanted, this color grabbed me. Oh, well, I mean, of course, the neutrals. I love the neutrals. This one is a really cool color of gray, but the Queen of Diamonds right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't got a palette in a hot minute, so. Oh, I love that too. That color really grabbed me, so I am excited to use this. Play around with that a little bit. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that too. Like, it's really staying on there good. That's not flaking off a whole lot. And the second thing I picked out was these brushes. I don't know what the brand is. Here we go. Ooh, these are soft. Ooh, these are nice and pretty. I guess this is supposed to be like a contouring brush. And this kind of like a blush brush. It'd be a nice highlight brush if you like something that's a little bit more diffused, a little softer. It's a little dense. It can give you a wide sweeping highlight, but these are nice. I'm glad I got those. And then the next thing I picked out was this Jecca Blank. I don't know. I butcher all the names. I'm like retarded. Like I don't know the English language. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than this. It's kind of tiny, but ooh, that's a nice applicator right there. Liquid concealer. That looks like it's going to be a good match. I might end up using it as foundation because it looks a little dark, but the undertone is nice. It comes out really watery, but it has a nice thick consistency to it. That might actually be a good. Oh. Yeah, I'm really prepped for makeup now. It's actually a pretty good color. All right, and then the things that they picked out for me, are this glass primer and this lip scrub. This is the Seraphine Botanicals Lemon Balm and Thyme Nourishing Lip Scrub. I got a face palette from this brand, I think over the summer or maybe last year. And I really like it. It's one of my favorites. Might not be one of my favorites because I have my favorites all up there and I don't see it. I like this little thing that it comes in. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ew. Oh, I got a shot in the mouth. It smells really nice though. It doesn't taste the best. But it smells really nice. I'll just have to kind of squeeze that and mix it back together. Yeah, because it's coming out kind of watery. But sometimes these things sit in a warehouse for a while, so we will give it a little. This I'm going to keep. Do not usually keep packaging, but I think that one's going to be nice. I don't know how girls keep the packaging for their palettes. One of my friends, she has all the boxes for all her palettes, and they all look nice and pretty like a little store. I rip things apart when I have to open them because I can't get anything out. Hey, get it out of there. I really love this packaging. It looks really cute, but it's the kind of packaging that's going to get dirty as soon as you put it in your makeup bag. Oh, I do not want to taste that. Or am I going to try it? It's got some color to it. I almost dropped it. Primer for a flawless glow. A sheer hydrating primer with a soft glow that keeps skin looking plump and moisturized with a flawless glass skin effect. I expected it to be like super clear. Well, I guess that does look nice. It has a nice like shiny effect. Okay. All right, well, apparently I gotta go now and wash my face so I can do something with this. Okay, that took a little bit to get off. It did not want to come off my eyeball, but it's okay. So before I use the primer, I'm gonna go in with a little Item Beauty Light Sauce. It's a gel moisturizer for oily skin. I like this to prep my face. It's a nice light moisturizer. And I find that if I exfoliate and moisturize my oily skin, that it actually, I can feel a lot of clogged pores right there because I'm doing some liver cleanses for my health. I did surgery and was on pain medication this year, and I really noticed that it's been clogging up my pores a lot. It's been making me feel kind of like doo-doo. But I've noticed that if I exfoliate my skin, hydrate it, that it really keeps the oils at bay and my makeup stays on a lot better. I took a makeup class last year when we were on lockdown and couldn't do anything, and that was one of the things that they said was really focus on prepping the skin before you put makeup on, because then it makes it look so much better. I'm gonna go in with another Item Beauty. This is the Prime Set and Refresh Dewy Spray. I used to watch Maria Gloria a lot, and she always did a setting spray either before or after her primer, and she swears by it. Now, depending on what I'm doing, it really does make a difference as far as where and how my makeup holds. It's dried down. I'm going to go in with the glass primer and just put a little on the back of my hand before I put it on my face. Now, I'm not a huge fan of doing foundation with my fingers. I just don't think it blends the best. There, I use up everything I squirted out. But I do really enjoy putting my skincare on with my fingers and my primers. I feel like I really can get that nice and worked in. That does give a really nice glow. And it doesn't feel greasy either. I have the Dr. Bond, what is it? It's the Dr. Bryant Pores No More primer. That one feels kind of greasy. This one feels really nice. I like this one a lot. Feels kind of tacky too. Not really tacky, but kind of. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is eyes. That's kind of my comfort zone. I really like to stay with eyes. And since I'm not quite sure how these shadows are going to perform. I know I have a face palette. Yes, I do. I have the Shauna B face palette. This is a blush and highlight palette, but to be quite honest, this one is a little bit more like a, no, I was gonna say I've used that one before, like a bronzer, but that's definitely not a bronzer color. It's dark, but this will be nice. We can use that with it. All right, to test out, I'm gonna use this as a shadow base, just to see how that works out. The reason I was looking at the box, the reason I don't know this brand is because it's a UK brand and I'm not super familiar with UK. But it says this is a liquid concealer that offers full coverage for blemishes, redness, scarring, and beard shadow coverage. So they're pretty inclusive. One swipe of the creamy liquid concealer creates a flawless, soft matte finish that is long lasting. All right, it says a few drops, but this is super liquidy. I mean, it's like oozing out everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's enough for both sides. Oh yeah, look at that. When it says a few dots, it means a few freaking dots. Now I'm just gonna powder it anyway. I'm using some of the ColourPop No Filter setting powder. It's one of my favorite setting powders, and I'm just using just the slightest little bit. And when I say slightest little bit, I mean I'm just gently dabbing and tapping off everything. So I just have the tiniest little bit just to set it. I think I'm gonna have to go back to setting my primers. I wasn't doing it for the longest time, and then I used a primer the other day and it super creased up. So let's start out with let's start out with this color. This is called MIA Mauve, and we are gonna take this Farrah 35E. And we're just gonna dip into that a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit of kickback with that, which I don't necessarily mind, but that's why I always end up starting out with my eyeshadows first, because you just never know what's gonna happen with those. And that's the last thing I want, is to have, you know, like all the shadow all over my face. I hate cleaning that up. I just hate it. I'd rather just kind of wipe it off. Oh, that skipped a bunch. That skipped a bunch right there. Oh, and that looks dark. That Instagram tap, tappy tap, 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 tap. Yeah, that looks nice. This eye always comes out better. This eye is not a fan. This eye is like never will I conform. This eye is like whatever you want me to do. Then, I don't know, never do this. It's getting kind of dusty. Let's take a little bit of this Venetian gray, this gray one over here, and I'm just tapping. When it comes to the darker colors, I always tap it. They scare me, I won't lie. The darker colors really scare me, because once you put it down, like, there's no taking it off, especially when you put like a primer down. it's on there. So I'd rather do a little bit at a time and really blend it out than to go in there and lay a whole bunch down and be like, oh crap, I'm stuck with this. They're pretty colors and they're blending out very well, but they're on the dusty side. They're a little dusty. What do they call that? Kickback? Fallout? I don't know. I just call it dusty. They look dusty. Then I'm going to take the brush that I laid down, the MIA Mauve, which is really purpley. I mean, it doesn't look that purple in the pan. Yes? But it is coming out very, very purpley. And I'm just going to use that just to sweep along in there. And I don't know if you can tell, but that's a little patchy. That could just be because, hello, Valerie's talk. That could be because my eyelids are a smidge bit wrinkly. I won't lie. I'm gonna use my lap, tapping that like there's anything on it. This is a clean brush. And this is my favorite blending brush. This is the Lab 2 Just Blending In brush. One of my favorites. It's kind of like in between rough and soft. It's not super soft, but it does a really good job at blending. It's one of my favorites. Like I've said 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Okay. I'm going to go in and just tap this one in there a little. Yep, that one went a little crazy. This is, like I said, this is the eye that doesn't like to do what the other eye did. It's going in rogue. So I'm going to do what I want, when I want. You can't stop me. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Clean brush. Blending out the edges a little. I don't like that edge. I don't like it. Blend it in, blend it in. I'm gonna go back with the brush that's got a little bit of that. I wish I could use both hands. Wish I could use both hands. Yeah, that actually, okay. So maybe I can use both hands. La da da, da da da, da da da. Now what am I gonna do with it? Ooh, now I want to take this color Vino, and I'm going to take my tapered blending brush, and I'm just gonna tap into this several times, and then I'm going to touch this on the edge of that charcoal, because I don't want it to go from that charcoal right into the glittery. Want a little bit of something something there. That looks nice. I like it. I like it. And I'm resisting the urge to grab some of the shimmery ones, because sometimes I go all out with my eyeshadow. And if you're gonna use, I feel like anyway, if you're gonna use something super bright like that, to throw another shimmery in there is kind of like a lot. Just tap that in on the edges. I like that. All right, now I don't necessarily want to go in with my finger, so I'm going to use this Royal and Nickel Line and Smudger brush. It's just really kind of dense and flat, so it's not going to go all over the place. And I'm going to dip that into this color called Queen of Diamonds. So pretty. Okay, please work. Please work. Oh, that's nice. When I do a halo eye, I kind of bring the sparkle up pretty close. Yeah. Kind of fade it up into there. I'm so glad I picked this. Okay, and you don't want to tap. You kind of want to run it along just a little bit. When you tap, you don't really pick up much. So if you're going for a lighter look, if this is going to be a topper for something, just tap on it. And you'll get a few little sprinkles. Whew, that's nice. That's pretty. That is pretty pretty. Okay, now I want something that's a little more. Ooh, okay. I'm going to take this one. This is MODT Masterpiece Crease, but it's like this little tiny dome. And I'm going to dip into Ice Palace right here. Really dip into it, and I'm going to. Oh, yes. A little shimmer right there. And then a little shimmer right. Oh, yes. Oh, this is pretty. Well, that's nice. That's pretty. I like that. All right, so I had to take a little break to get coffee, feed the dogs. But now that the eyes are pretty much done, we're gonna do brows. And I'm just gonna use the Wonder Beauty set that I have on my desk. At this point, I've taken so much time, it's like, I just need to get this done. I don't know how long I've been using this, maybe 6 months or so, but I really love this set. This, unfortunately, actually, no, I think it's been longer than 6 months, because I bought this when I still had blonde hair. This is the Frame Your Face Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. And that's the same brow gel right there. Now, it doesn't really look bad. I really like this brow pencil. So once I'm done with it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be repurchasing this. I've kind of made a New Year's resolution that I'm not going to get any more makeup cabinets. My little kitties. So this Alexa cabinet right there, like that's what Alex cabinet. That is all that I'm not gonna buy another one. So that right there is really full. So the only thing that would stop me buying this is if I ended up with more stuff that I was testing and I don't have room for it. Now that I got my brows done and my eyes, I'm going back and forth on what kind of foundation I should use. I kind of want to try this just as a foundation. It looks a little dark for concealer for me. Yeah, look at that. Look at how that is blending into my neck right there. Okay. I think I've just kind of sold it. usually like a much brighter foundation, which I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. I love Ipsy, but that is kind of the problem when it comes to foundations and concealers. The lighter shades always go so fast that what I end up with are the darker shades. So sometimes when I get a foundation, I end up having to mix it. Oh, this smells so nice. It smells, I guess the last time I used this, I put on sunscreen because that's what it smells like. Oh, no, is it the concealer? Oh, the concealer, it smells like sunscreen. Oh, that's nice. See, I always end up just matching it to my neck because my face has so much redness in it that if I match it to my face, then it doesn't look right. And this really is nice and full coverage. I got my brow a little bit there. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. I like that. We are gonna use Yenza. This is a Sunlit Glow Silk Bronzing Base. Lightweight Silk Cream Bronzer. Again, just on my makeup table. I always use the same brush that I use my foundation for because I just feel like it blends nicely. Look at that. I love this shade. Got on my hair a little bit there. Looks so pretty. Oh, and I forgot to tell you what brush I was using. This is, oh, it's a BoxyCharm brush. I know I got these in BoxyCharm, but it doesn't say what brand it is. It just says BoxyCharm. But I got this one and then this littler one. Normally I like to use that one for foundation, but that's actually the concealer brush and this is foundation. It's nice. I just take a little, just dab it a little bit, take a little bronzer down the side of my nose. Okay. Then I like to go in with concealer, and I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors concealer. This one is in the shade Light 8. As you can see, it is quite light. That's how I like my concealer. Ooh. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Yeah. A little bit of sparkles down there. Ooh. Ignore the finger. I had to cut that one off. I was at work last week and I literally bent this nail like all the way up. And as soon as I pressed it down, there was just blood everywhere, like a massacre. So I'm preparing for that nail to fall off. Beautimous. I love doing that with my concealer. It makes such a nice line right there. Nice crisp line. Okay. That actually looks really nice as a foundation. Nice and matte. It's not clinging to the side of my nose funky. The problem I have with a lot of foundations is it'll like fill in my pores and then glide over my skin. So it really like kind of accentuates the fact that I have big pores, and I hate it. That looks pretty. Now I'm just going to dab this ever so slightly. Here, let me do this. Just gonna tap a little bit of this ColourPop powder into the lid, because I got a lot in the top right there. And just dab this ever so slightly. So we just got a little bit on there, and just kind of dab it right under my eyes and down the sides. Oh, that's a lot. Never mind. Okay, that's a little better. It's a little lighter. It's initially what I wanted. Yeah, just a little bit. Just to dab, just to help set. It does a great job at blurring. It's amazing. And you can see it's kind of doing that on my nose a little bit, where it like sticks to my pores. And this does an amazing job of like blending that all away. So it literally looks like a filter. We're gonna grab this Complex Culture palette, and I just want a little bit of that bronzer there, just to kind of set this and warm up my face a little bit, and then we get to use our new brushes. That looks nice. That side looks like it needs to be blended a little bit more, like it's just clinging a little. A little bit right there. Okay, now we are going to use the Shauna B face palette. I think what I want to use, this one is pretty glowy. This one right here. So I think I'm going to use this as more of like a matte finish. It's called Rosa. Doesn't look like I've dipped into that one at all. That's pretty. These brushes are super soft. That's a little much. Little much. Just take a blush brush or a powder brush and just kind of dust over that. Now, I really wanted to use this for highlight too. I wonder if we can use the other side. No, that might be too much blush. Okay. We are going to use, oh man, it's a fair brush. Oh, sorry, I'm just scratching. I'm not picking my nose. A fair brush, and we're going to come in with Sugar Balm. All right, and now that that's done, we're gonna come back in with this palette. We're gonna get this little flat brush. This is, oh, it's an Avon brush. It's just a little, little flat brush. And we're gonna dip into Venetian Gray and do a little line right there on the outside, but then also do a little line right in there to kind of go along with the halo look that we went with earlier. You want to go as close to the lash line as you can. I go like a little bit on top because you don't really want to see a gap there, like peach, and then we're gonna take this little brush right here that we had used for the Vino color. I'm gonna wipe that off and wipe off this one. We're gonna dip into Vino and do just a little bit right there. And right there, kind of like the reverse of what we did on our lids. Yeah. And then take this tapered blending and dip into MIA Mauve. And then blend out with that. And then what I'm gonna do is go back with this one. Oh, definitely don't want to push too hard. This is a real pressed glitter. Just kind of dab it on there. Really, I can't tell you how much I love this color. Okay, now this is when I go in for setting spray. And I am going to be using this. It is the Revlon Revolution Makeup Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. Ultra Matte Finish with Aloe and Vitamin E. I used this the other day. It's not super drying, but it's supposed to be a really good dupe for the one size. But this is $14.99 as opposed to 30 bucks. And I'm sorry. Single mom, business owner. I'm not at the point yet where I can spend $30 on a spray. And this feels heavy. Like there's a lot in here. I can tell that I'm going to be using this for a long time. And I've heard through the grapevine that the one size it goes pretty fast. You don't use it for that long. And then it's like you just get into it and you like it and then it's empty. I need my lash curler. Okay, so while that's all setting and doing its thing, I am just going to curl my top lashes. And I haven't really been doing false eyelashes that much. For one, I'm kind of over it for a little bit. I go through phases. And two, I've been really wanting to purchase from this company that is a female-owned business, woman-owned business, and Bailey Syrian loves her lashes. She features them in quite a few videos. So I've been following this lady on Instagram for a couple of weeks, And right after the holidays, I'm going to order some lashes. No. I don't feel like I have long lashes, but I get mascara everywhere when I put mascara on. And I am using the Tarte 4-in-1 mascara. I've used it in the past couple of videos. I need to clean my desk off so that I have different stuff up here. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when you start using makeup, whatever's out is pretty much what you get. I envisioned that every morning I was going to pull out something new, and that gets exhausting. I don't have time for that. There, and once it dries, which this dries pretty fast, I just take a Q-tip and just kind of dust it off. And it comes off pretty good. It doesn't move anything. And like I said, this one dries fast. So now that the top's pretty much dry, I'm gonna go in and just do a coat on my bottom lashes. Bottom lashes are on. And then I'm just going to go back in here to Ice Palace. Just kind of refresh my inner corner a little bit. That looks pretty. That looks pretty. Okay, so the last thing from my bag that I haven't used yet is my lip balm. So let's see what a mess this is gonna be. Ooh, it's coming out. Hold on. Nope. Okay. Get one of my little makeup thing. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be a little bit thicker like that. There's just a tiny bit of oil on the top. Okay, so this is supposed to be a scrub. It is scrubby. Okay, so it is sweet. It's it is like a balm. And a scrub in one. Yeah, I like that. Tastes good. Okay. I think my favorite thing lately has been lip oils. So I'm gonna finish this off with another Item Beauty. This is the Lip Quip Moisturizing Lip Oil in Heart Poppin'. I love this applicator. It really hugs your lips. And like I said, I've really been getting into lip oils because it just kind of works for winter. It's nice and glossy, has a light bit of color, and you're usually doing something a little bit more with the eyes, so it kind of balances it out. But this is my look with my December bag. And I used my brushes, my lip balm, and my Miami Nights palette. My favorite out of everything. There were a couple good add-ons, but I didn't do it this month. But that is my look with my December bag. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Come next time. I'm trying to make it more not so far in between. But we'll see you next time. Bye.